Good evening and welcome to the commencement exercise for the class of 2022. As the principal of the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy, it is a pleasure for me to introduce Miss Grace Hill, the salutatorian of the class of 2022. Tonight, she will be our Master of Ceremonies. Grace is graduating from the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy, Visual Arts concentration with a cumulative GPA of 4.058. Her passion for science and helping people will lead her to Saginaw Valley University in the fall to study pre-medicine. Please welcome the class of 2022 salutatorian, Grace Hill, to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Grace Hill, salutatorian of the class of 2022. As the Master of Ceremonies for this program, I would like to welcome all of you to the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy Class of 2022 Commencement Program. It is my pleasure to open the program by introducing you to our distinguished guests sitting on and around the stage. After all the introductions, join us in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. At this time, I would like to recognize those joining me here on the platform and our honored guests this evening. Please stand and be recognized as you are introduced. I am now happy to present the visiting members from the Saginaw Board of Education and Central Office Administration. District, and we welcome and thank you for joining us in celebrating another one of the greatest supporters of our Saginaw Public School students, Dr. Ahmad Robbins.
Their proud families. Thank you, Dr. Roberts, for all that you have done as a superintendent and for all that you do for the children in this amazing district and community. Next, I would like to recognize the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Curriculum,
Instruction and Athletics, Dr. Amit Bhatt, a longtime administrator in the Saginaw Public Schools.
hard work and dedication that you exercise within this district each day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would like to have you join me in welcoming Mrs. Jenna Nash to the podium for her remarks on behalf of the Saginaw Board of Education. Mrs. Nash.
Thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate that. On behalf of the Saginaw Board of Education, I wish a good evening to all of our SASC families, to our esteemed SASC faculty, to our dedicated administrators, to my fellow members and trustees of the Board of Education, to our board president, Dr. Charles Coleman, to Superintendent Dr. Roberts, and finally, and most respectfully, a rousing good evening to our accomplished SASC graduates, one and all. What we are celebrating tonight is the culmination of 13 years of effort and commitment you, as graduates now, have made to invest in yourselves. Each concept you learned, each skill you acquired, built your savings account for a more successful future. You did it in spite of the dread of COVID and god-awful masks. You did it in spite of the strains and artificiality of online and hybrid learning. You did it in spite of lost athletics and dances and field trips and group gatherings. You did it in spite of every obstacle life put in your path, and you not only succeeded, but you have triumphed. That is no small achievement for people like you who are still young and learning your limits. We applaud you for your commitment to yourself and for your respect to the dreams your parents and family hold for your future. Well done, SASC class of 2022. As you move forward on your path to the next phase of your maturation, I and the other members of the Board of Education would like to challenge you to remember the place where you started your journey. Your hometown of Saginaw, or wherever it may be, your classmates, your neighbors, and friends have all invested mightily in you as well. Don't forget. Please don't take it for granted, for in some future time it will be your turn to give back to the next generation. Let them learn from your mistakes, grow by your example, listen to your wisdom, and feel the love and caring from your heart. We all have a responsibility to the future of our children. I urge you to invest in them as we and your families have invested in you. Push forward toward your intended future. Make a plan and heed the steps, but also reach back and encourage others along the path you have now completed. Giving back is the skill that fuels the future. Be the engine, be the power. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Knox, for your exceptional work. Now, I would like to have you join me as I welcome Dr. Ahmad Roberts to the podium for his remarks as the superintendent of the Saginaw Public Schools. Dr. Roberts.
Thank you, Grace. Good evening. To Saginaw Board of Education, to Dr. Foley, to Ms. Reed, Ms. Fordham, to all of our parents, relatives, and guests that are here this evening. And finally, to the class of 2022. I'll bet you didn't know that when the adults around you asked you about your grades and how they were, it was for this day. I'll bet you didn't know that when they told you to turn off the television, or more importantly, get off that phone at a certain hour to continue your studying or to get your rest, it was for this day. I'll bet, yeah, you smile. I'll bet you didn't know that when they paid for that extra math tutoring, or extra reading tutoring, or forced you to mathnasium, or mom, yeah, or encouraged you to stay on you to get into a school like SAS, it was for this day. But you know who did know? All of the adults out there. They all knew. There's a famous quote that says, education is our future. Tomorrow belongs to those that prepare for it today. So all of that time was 13 years ago that Ms. Nash was just referring to, was preparing for today. Now, here's the difference. You've got an entire life ahead of you that you now have to start preparing for that future. The difference is now going to be on you, right? Those adults will be there to support you. They'll be there to guide you. But you're going to have to be the one that gets off the phone, right? You're going to have to be the one to seek out the additional support in math, the additional support in reading, or seek out the individuals that can get you to that next opportunity. It's going to be on you now. All those 13 years have prepared you for today. Now you have to prepare yourself for the next 50. Amen. Say that again. Now, we know you have the skills to do it. We know you have the talent to do it. You have been prepared to do it. Now we expect you to go and do it. We are very proud of the class of 2022. We are looking forward to all of the great things you are going to do in your lives, to make Saginaw Public Schools, your parents, the city of Saginaw proud. Please join me in giving the class of 2022 a round of applause.
all year to get to this point. I'm super proud of them. But most importantly, I want to say $1 million in scholarships for 46 students. Including today at graduation practice, Mrs. Reed was counting them all for all of the rest of those scholarships that they had given me, the amounts that they had won. So I'm extremely proud of them. Despite the challenges that they have faced, students, SASA, and the Saginaw community has reached beyond the walls of the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy. Not only has this graduating class accomplished many things inside the classroom walls here, but they have also accomplished many things here in our community. Our students repeatedly demonstrated strong moral character, commitment, patience, and pride in their school and community in order to get here today. From scholarly athletes to advanced placement students to a collectively over 9,000 community service hours just this year, academic achievement and accomplishment of personal educational goals have been the focus of all of these young people in getting to their college and career readiness. I am proud to say that the class of 20 day, and I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. Our graduates are heading to universities far and near. The education that they have received in the Saginaw Public School District and in the walls of SASA has equipped them and prepared them for the next step in their journey. And I'm extremely proud of them. So congratulations, class of 2022. At this time, I'd like to call up two students to the front. These next awards are for the two students who have the highest and the second highest GPAs in the class of 2022. These two young people have worked hard over their SASA career, and on behalf of our students, teachers, administration, and the Board of Education, I would like to proudly present these awards. First of all, to our valedictorian, Aaliyah Spears. And our salutatorian, Grace Hill. At this time, I'll turn the mic back over to Ms. Grace Hill.
At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Mick Foley, Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Curriculum and Instruction and Athletics for the Saginaw Public Schools, and Mrs. Reed to conduct the presentation of diplomas.
Ms. Reed, Principal of the Saginaw Arts and Science Academy, will now present the senior class for graduation. Graduation.
Dr. Foley, the members of the 2022 senior class of the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy have completed the necessary requirements of the state of Michigan and the Saginaw Board of Education for graduation. On behalf of the faculty of the school, I recommend SASA's class of 2022 be granted their diplomas.
Ms. Reed, on behalf of the Board of Education, I accept your recommendation and will ask Dr. Roberts, Dr. Coleman, and the members of the Board of Education to present diplomas.
Morgan Anton. Levi Asiala. Noah Birnbaum. Shayla Vaughn. McKenna Grace Emerson. McKenna Ray Emerson. Sky Evans Martin. Andres Flores. Sangit Ginjupali. Isabella Ganida. Alejandro Gonzalez. Michael Gonzalez. Cameron Rose. Tomaru Hachisuka. Alyssa Hernandez. Layla Hernandez. Grace Hill. Gabriel Howell. Janaya Howard. Gina Killingbeck. Emily Kinnica. Omara Lindsay. AJ May. MD Zubair Rahman. Maya Richardson. Brandon Riggins. Nicholas Shepard. Arjun Singh. Colby Smith. Aaliyah Spears. Nikayla Stinson. Isaac Scheibach. Isabel Trujillo. Geneva Tomaszewski. Evan Van Dries. Devlin Viasiczynski. Ellie Wilson. Audrey Wong. Miley Wright. And Yasmin Dvorsky. It is an honor to present to you one of the most well-rounded, thoughtful, and outstanding students I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. In addition to being named valedictorian by a virtue of a 4.15 GPA, she has earned over $1 million in scholarships, volunteered hundreds of hours in the community, led SASA as a student council president, and has received many awards to recognize her talent and hard work over her years at SASA. Aaliyah will be attending the Oakland University this fall to study dance education and business. It is my pleasure to present to you our senior class speaker and valedictorian for the class of 2022, Ms. Aaliyah Spears.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you to the students, teachers, parents, staff, administrators, supporters, and all others gathered here before us today. Thank you all for making these 4 years everything that they were, making us the people that we are today, and for setting us up for everything that we are yet to be. Honor does not begin to express the unsolicited joy within me to be here, delivering my sentiments before you. Coming into the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy as a 6th grader in 2015, I could have never imagined coming out on the other side as the class of 2022's valedictorian. I was much more concerned whether or not I would come out on the other side at all. Over the last 4 years specifically, I've had the privilege to learn and grow beside my fellow peers in the class of 2022. During this time, we have been decorated by the knowledge and wisdom of each teacher, mentor, guide, and all others who stood with us, encouraging us to light our path. Therefore, when I was given the go-ahead to begin writing this speech, I turned to the arsenal of tools that has been provided to me along the way to start building my work. I debated, maybe I should set up a Socratic seminar with myself as Mr. Olvera would have. Separate my ideas and topics into 2 lists like Mr. Morningstar, or even start with a random note of chicken scratch like dear Miss Polson. Within this internal conflict, I found that no single avenue would suffice. Instead, I concluded that it is all of these tools and more, collaborated together, that have given me and every other graduate here today the resources we need to tackle each and every task we face. No one here is a stranger to the amount of resilience that has been required over the last few years. From the growing pains of a typical freshman year to a sophomore year cut short, a junior year filled with remote learning, and a senior year of trying to recollect some type of normalcy, we have stood witness as our high school lives have been altered and adjusted continuously, right before our eyes. With that being said, I must confront the reason we are all gathered here today. We are moving on to a life that extends far beyond 1903 North Niagara. This institution has harbored every new beginning and dying phase that we have experienced during these crucial adolescent years. Together, the class of 2022 has lived through trend upon trend. Remember those days of fidget spinners and slime? We have lived through the peak of the social media era. Remember when it was embarrassing to be caught on TikTok? And so many other things that have shaped us to be the people we are today. We have experienced the turn of presidencies, the plague of social injustice and unrest, a literal global pandemic, and the rigor of Mrs. Horwath's ELA course. Through it all, we have lived to see the light of day and have used our battles to fuel our leaps toward the finish line. I'm not going to prattle on about the trials and tribulations that we have felt and faced as a community, as a state, and as a nation over the past few years. However, I will acknowledge that we are entering a world that has been left in shambles strewn across the floor, awaiting us at our feet. If these are but mere fragments to soon be replaced, or pieces to an easily reconfigured puzzle, is for us to decide. We are the next generation to sweep the streets, taking with and leaving behind whatever we may choose. Why is it us that must take on this daunting task? After all, life after high school is already well-versed with its own panicking precursors of overwhelming missions. From choosing a plan of action, an interest, a career, and so much more, our agenda beyond today will be full enough without taking on the weight of the world. I mean, there are days when choosing an outfit is tasking enough to defeat me. So, why? Why do I stand before you today and urge that we take responsibility for mending something that we did not break? Well, if I've learned anything during my time at the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy, it is to ask the questions that no one else wants to ask, and to demand the answers that others may not want to hear. We have already proven to have the strength to make our voices heard. We have been blessed with the tokens of knowledge from each other, our teachers, our families, and all others who have impacted us along the way. In my opinion, it would be a waste of their contributions and of our talents to not storm the world with good intentions and positive influence. In doing so, we will take with us everything we know, and with that, we will learn to understand. Understand what those who came before us may not have, or that they may have not even given the chance. It is not by chance that those of you in the audience today are here. It is because you all have guided at least one of this year's graduates along the way. I want to thank my family and every family member gathered here today on behalf of a member of this graduating class. Behind every successful child is a community, and I hope you all know that within this room, we have constructed a city of love, strength, and success, all as the product of your support. The diploma we have received today is a testament of your dedication as much as it is our own. You have listened to us horrendously sing every ABC and triumphantly grasp every 1, 2, 3. You've listened to us groan about every early school morning and watched us take pride in the work that we ever so reluctantly completed. Thank you for fighting for our success even when we were ready to step out of the ring. I send a special movement of gratitude to those who could not be present this evening. Although your physical presence may not be with us, trust that we feel and appreciate every ounce of your love and guidance. I want to thank every teacher, staff member, administrator, and more who has put up with the 46 of us over the last 4 years. We all know that SASA is unlike any other school, which means that you all have had to deal with nearly 50 different students with personalities like you may have never seen before. I hope you all have enjoyed our wacky antics as much as we have enjoyed challenging you with them. Lastly, I want to thank my fellow graduates for never ceasing to amaze me. I am proud to lead you on our race to the finish line, but I am even more proud to have gotten the opportunity to learn and grow beside each and every one of you. I'm confident in saying that this is one of the most intellectually gifted, artistically talented, and all-around strongest group of people that I will ever be a part of. Thank you for pushing me to lead, to achieve, and to never settle for less. Over the years, I have seen my peers move mountains, and I'm ecstatic to see what they choose to do with the valleys. I would like to particularly thank a special group of people who I have had the privilege of sitting with at lunch for as long as I have been a Sassy Dragon. Thank you for appreciating me for me, not for my leadership or academics, and for teaching me that life tastes a little sweeter when you are surrounded by good company. So here we are, the class of 2022. This school year alone has shown me success beyond measure, but also pain and fear that has shaken me to the core. Through it all, I have mustered up the strength that I know will push me farther than ever imaginable. With this, I will strike up the courage to reach for new heights and create the change I want to see in the world around me. I know we all have a mile-long list of agenda items that we want to achieve once we burst through those doors today for the final time this evening. And I know we will complete each and every one of them. After all, every one of us here today has been given the tools to achieve exactly what we may desire. Furthermore, we have within us the fierce spirit to do what no others have done before. Therefore, I congratulate you, my fellow members of the class of 2022, and I urge you to add one more item to your list of plenty. Go forth and change the world.
We'd like our band to play the next selection, Choral from Jupiter. two final awards that I need to present this evening. I am going to be presenting the SASA Foundation Award in memory of Frank and Jean Harris. This award is the Outstanding SASA Male Graduate and Outstanding SASA Female Graduate. The characteristics in order to receive this award, students must have academic honors and accolades, cross-curricular activities. They must have community service and school community service hours and leadership. This year for the class of 2022, it was very difficult to narrow down which two students would receive this award. This award comes with $750 scholarship from the SASA Foundation. The funds are provided in the name of the former principal, Janet Nash's parents. And these outstanding students' names will be added to a plaque that remains in the Saginaw Arts and Sciences Academy. At this time, I'd like to announce SASA's 2022 Outstanding Student Awards to Gabriel Howell. And to Aaliyah Spears. Congratulations.
Thank you. Class of 2022, at this time, please join me in moving your tassel to the left. And we have now graduated.